And a very big hello everybody, welcome along to the Schumacher series, the premier category of the Global Racing League. We are at the Circuit of America this weekend in Austin, Texas, a track that was conceived by MotoGP legend Kevin Schwantz and purpose-built for Formula One. A magnificent track, 5.5 kilometres in length, 20 turns, massive DRS zones, and plenty of overtaking opportunities as we get up to speeds well above 200 miles an hour. This track even hosted a round at the V8 Supercars. Charles Leclerc, the current lap record holder around here, with a 136.16. Let's take a look at the current championship standings. Rico out in front with 306, Elmo in second on 274, and Vidux rounds out the top three with 187. But as you can see down the board, there's plenty to pay for outright bragging points to be in the top 10. In the Constructors' Championship, Williams out in front by 461 over Mercedes at 424, and McLaren round out the top three, 263. The stage is almost set to go racing here at the Circuit of Americas. Who will take pole position? Who will take outright victory? Time will tell, and guess what? It is time. I'm looking forward to this. Hello everybody and welcome along to the Circuit of America. This is going to be a thriller, no doubt about it, that Rico is out in front in the championship at the moment, but Elmo and V-Dux are on a late season charge. LCN joining me in commentary here today. My friend, welcome along. This is a circuit that apparently nobody likes.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it should be a good one, especially if everyone's like not going to do too well.
Well, that might turn out to be a very quiet race towards the end if everybody's not doing well, because we could find ourselves in a situation where there are a few cars left in the race. But we'll see how it plays out. I have a bit more confidence that a few of those guys are just playing down their chances. Toblerone out onto the track at the moment. He's the first in the Red Bull to try and get out there and set a lap in the early stages of this qualifying session. Always difficult, Elsie, and I know you are very fanatical because I've listened to a lot of your commentary. You're very fanatical about getting it right, and it's always tough to know whether you should go out and set a base lap early on in qualifying or just wait for that 5-minute window where the track is really grippy and you can not waste a set of tyres and put in a fast one. What's your preference?
Well, usually I always go out straight away. I just prefer doing that and just getting in a lap, and not everyone goes out at the start, so you get some more space than when you would later. So I think it's good to just do both. Just take one, go in the pits and wait and do it again.
Well, here's something interesting. Elmo's come out onto the track to put in a base time for himself, and Rico is out on the track. The two championship protagonists, V-Dux, as I said in the intro, sitting there in third spot at the moment. But just behind V-Dux, there's a gaggle of cars that all could make some massive steps up the ladder in the closing stages of this season. And let's be honest, if you can't finish in the top three, you want to try and finish as high up as you can because there's ego to think of, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like Toblerone didn't set a flying lap. He's gone straight back into the pit. So Elmo looks like he's going to be the first of our drivers, just making his way down through sector 3 at the moment to try and put it in a quick lap. Are you giving any tips for what we can expect to see time-wise for these drivers?
I have absolutely zero idea. I don't normally, I haven't raced at USA, like in a league race, and I also haven't, done anything here. So I have no idea with times, but, you just see what they put in and go by that, I guess.
Well, I've done 3 laps in a league race here.
That's not bad.
Well, it was a 32-lap race, though. That was the only problem with that. Elmo starts his run, comes up towards turn 1, hard under brakes. Difficult part of the track to get right because you can't see the apex of the turn, and it's not very tight. He's left a lot of time in turn 1. But then again, this might just be a base time for him for later on in the session. And looks to be the only one. I think, is Toblerone back out there? Toblerone is back out there. I thought he had bowed out, so he is on a flying lap. Comes down across the line. Go for it.
I believe he invalidated his first one. That's what he meant about him going back in.
Well, he's got a 1:33.04 now, so that's not too bad a start. Obviously won't be good enough for pole. Elmo making his way down the long straight that seems to take forever. The place where if you're battling for the race lead and you're in second, you're quite comfortable. If you're the race leader on the final lap, scary times.
Could be a very, very scary straight, especially with the RS.
You always try and give it up, but then again, you see people jumping on the brakes early in the braking area so that they're not the lead car on the final lap when they're nose to tail. And if you're third in the train, well, there's the opportunity to get to first, but gee, you have to be brave. Or silly, one of the two. Through the final turn. Through the final turn comes Elmo. What does he do? A 1:32.7. So he's brought that time down by 3/10 pretty quickly. Fastest man out there, Rico, a 1:33.26 for him. And he was on medium tyres too. Absolutely I should bring up on screen the tyres that they're choosing. There we go. I'm using a controller for my vision, so you can expect lots of mistakes there. A big shout out to the Bulldog who's in chat as well. V-Ducks, so keen to have you on board, my friend. By the way, I should point out, LCN, that I should put the track map up. Yeah, I should put the track map up too. See, already he's on my case. He mentioned in chat that are having a bit of fun with me, and I said I hadn't been reported to the stewards yet, and he said I'm in the watch list. So we're going to do everything we can to support the Ducks in this round, because I need some brownie points badly, obviously, you know.
Okay, we'll just support him and give him some extra love.
The man needs love. Okay, who have we got out there? We've got Sinker out on a lap. This man can be fast on his day too.
Not quite familiar with his racing. Haven't seen him race too much, so it'll be pretty exciting to sort of watch it for the first time.
He's a bit of an HK. He's got pace, but things tend to go wrong from time to time, and gets caught up in mostly in other people's issues too. So there's been just a bit of bad luck. I tell you who has impressed me. Let's watch him on screen now. He's in 9th position with the time yet to set. We're talking about the Huss driver of DJ Millsy. Now, I'm not just saying this because Shutter Media is his company. I'm not crawling to a sponsor here. But when I first started in this series, we were wheel to wheel, side by side, and I felt like I had the upper hand on him. But now he has got so much pace, and in the Schumacher series and all the series he races in, he's up there in podium spots. Desperate for P1. He's had a couple of podiums, and he was really dejected the other night. He feels like that P1 is just eluding him. But you know what it's like, LCN? Once you break that duck, it's done. But the urging and the overdriving that you tend to do from time to time because you're chasing that victory can bring you undone.
Yeah, exactly. He's been really, really good lately. But I feel like every time you're in first and, you know, there's like 10 laps left to a race, and you're first and you're about to get your first win, it can be very scary, and like the adrenaline starts kicking in, and that's when you usually make mistakes and stuff like that. So he's been doing really well lately. He's got 2 P2 finishes in the past 2 races for Mansell, so should get that win very, very soon.
V8 supercar drivers at Mount Panorama will tell you that on the final couple of laps of a race, particularly if they're out in front, they start hearing noises in the car that they haven't heard for the entire season. Just things that start to break their concentration, and they will tell you that the hardest lap that you can race at Bathurst is the final lap when you're in the race lead. So there's another example of same. DJ Millsy making his way around the track trying to set a time. Valhalla put up a 1:37.61 to be 5th fastest. And Millsy has gone straight into the pits, so let's have a look at Cheeky Otter, shall we? He's usually pretty quick.
Seems to have a bit of traffic there, but he has invalidated this lap, so it could have been an out lap.
Now, I can't seem to get Cheeky Otter up on the screen for some reason. Huh.
He's not doing too much right now, just about to go and put in his lap or either pit, I don't know, whatever one he decides to do.
Now we've got him. Now we've got him. And he goes to the pits. Thanks, matey. We owe you. So who could be on a flying lap? Oh, Hickey Cat. Hickey Cat's out there.
O10's also put in the fastest lap of a 1:31.838.
Very nice from Otens. That is a quick time. Very quick time. Following Hickey Cat as he comes down across the line. 2nd fastest, 1:32.608 for him.
It's a very close gap between P2 and P3. Now is probably when the track will start to settle in a bit and you'll be starting to see some faster times. So the people who put in their laps already will be wanting to come out very soon.
The Viking doing What happened with the Viking at France? He put in a qualifying time.
You put in 2.
I was like, oh, well, I don't have to worry about him. Oh, damn, he's on pole and by a mile.
Yeah, he put in 1 and we were just shocked, and then he just came out and put in another one because he was in P2.
And drove a sensational race too, didn't he? How about that tactic under the return from safety car to racing? And he was 100% right too, and you pointed it out in commentary, the move he made. The minute it said on screen that it was green light, go racing, he put his foot on the accelerator and caught them all napping. I tell you what, it did not so much created controversy as it created a massive discussion, because I think most people just wanted to get their head around it so that they can use the same ploy next time around. So the question I ask is, next time we have a safety car and somebody's being a little bit slow bringing them onto the track, we're going to see absolute carnage. This is going to be on for young and old.
Yeah, well, they probably just wanted to figure out how to do it, mainly because they probably felt it was unfair just because they weren't doing it.
Yeah, totally. Oh, not so much unfair, just like it's understanding the rules and understanding the way the game works and everything. So, and I was the same. I'd never seen anything like that before, either in game or in real life. So I was as keen as mustard to find out. Unfortunately, he is the type of guy that that you can just chat to and will give you that information. Mason out on track, 134.1. He's the fastest of the medium tyre runners at the moment. 2 of them have come out on mediums. Looks like V-Dux is just about to start a lap on mediums as well. And where's he on the track? He's further down the road, so let's see what he can do.
Is he on a flyer? I think I just saw a purple second sector.
Haven't seen it come up on screen. I wouldn't doubt it though.
That's crazy if you can do that on mediums, but I don't know if my game's broken or something.
It has been a bit buggy. I've noticed a few times that people have called, faster sectors and they haven't been, but he certainly looks like he's giving it plenty. Let's see, he's about to cross the start-finish line, so the answer will be yes, fast, 133.273, up into 5th fastest on those mediums. That's an impressive run, and I think they probably have more in the tank.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very fast lap for those mediums, especially since Mason is in P8 and V-Dux is in P5, and they're both on the mediums.
I'd be pretty happy if I was doing this qualifying session and I saw Mason out there trying to qualify on mediums, and I could qualify reasonably close to him. Since the reason being he's so fast, he'd probably be able to drag you into the race, as long as you can stay in his DRS zone, which might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be much of a challenge for V-Dux, so he'll probably be the one carrying Mason along.
Elmo, fresh softs out there, just about to start a qualifying lap. 4 minutes, 50 seconds on, left to go in this session. Makes his way through the final group of turns, and I think Toblerone is following him around the track as well. So these two are going to be hopefully setting quicker times for their sake in about 1 minute and 30 from now. Elmo starts his run. Let's see if we can ride on board with him for a bit. My game switches off that. I don't know why.
Toblerone and Elmo do have invalidated times though, so they might have to put in another lap unless they're going in. Oh, yep. Toblerone goes onto the straight to put in another lap.
Yep. So, unfortunately for them, running just a little bit wide as they try and find the limit here. Well, V-Dux is still out there, isn't he? Oh no, he's just coming into the pits as we speak. So Elmo on that invalidated lap. I don't actually have Toblerone. Oh no, yes, I do have Toblerone as invalidated. So it's come good. They're both going to have to back off and protect those tyres. It's always difficult.
I don't know if that was a second DNF for them both, but I'm not DNF. I don't know.
Track limits, yeah.
Track limits, yeah, track limits. I don't know if that continued on, but I don't think it did.
Well, let's see now. Yeah. Elmo's starting to pick up some speed. Get some temperature back into the tyres. It's always a fine line, isn't it? How much do you push? How hard do you work the tyres to get the temperature in, knowing full well that every turn you take, you're taking away grip? and therefore, he pits.
I don't know what happened there, to be honest. Maybe he's going to put on fresh softs or something.
Yeah, he's got time. He's got time. He'll have to be quick at it. What's Toblerone? He's still on that invalidated lap, but just about to start a fresh one. And we've got one of the McLarens out on track as well. I think that's Sinker, yeah, on an out lap. We'll stick with Toblerone. Sits in fifth at the moment, 1:33.04 for him.
Seems like Mason's the only one on the mediums now, so maybe VDOC's put in another lap on the softs.
Gee, I'd like to be in Mason's shoes. I'd like to have Mason's speed, actually.
You'll get there.
Toblerone down through the S's. Starts his run up that little hill. Flicks it round to the left. Does he invalidate? No, keeps it well within proportions there. Actually, he's giving himself a fair bit of breathing space here too. Down into the hairpin that everybody loves. Not.
He's on 2-lap old softs though, which is the most that all the others have been on.
Chad,
validations.
I can't see, for some reason, I can't see anything other than the Twitch chat. We've got 9 viewers in the channel at the moment, and I can't see what they're chatting about. So apologies, I'll bring that up on my phone, gang. So if we've ignored you, I apologise. It's all LCN's fault. No,
my bad.
No, it's not.
It was always me.
Well, that's the joy of having somebody in the commentary box with you. You can blame someone else, right? Let me see what's up in chat. So, Facebookers, hello, welcome. Great to have you along. I should be able to see that chat from here on in. So Toblerone aborts the lap, goes back into the pits.
Well, he did DNF, and at the end there, he seemed to send it like really unnecessarily hard over one of the sausage beds. So maybe he was just annoyed or something about his lap.
Well, Valhalla in the second of the Red Bulls. Oh, Rico. Rico has retired from the session. Now, I don't know if that's out on track.
I don't believe it was.
Good. He's obviously going to rest on his laurels. No, there's a yellow flag in Sector 4, so I'll try and stick with Valhalla here and see if we can see him anywhere. Oh, the yellow flag's gone in, so it might have just been another driver that's gone wayward.
Yeah, I think it was just VDOC's just bringing it in. Like, he didn't seem like he had a moment or anything. He was just warming up his tyres.
Oates with one more lap left to go. Time is up in qualifying. Those that are doing flying laps can complete it. And Oates trying to break that 1:31.83. Not that he needs to. He's already got pole position, provided the runners behind him can't improve. Sinker is behind him on the track. He sits in 8th at the moment. Oates down through the final group of turns.
Oh, almost lost the rear there.
Means he's pushing, but that car does lose the rear. Spins it round, pointed in the wrong direction, so he's out. Won't improve. What about Sinker? Sits in 8th at the moment, 1:33.78. Does he move forward?
He doesn't seem to be pushing. I think he had put in a lap already, because I did think I saw it improve just a second ago.
Well, let's go.
The top 2, 3, and 4 are on their laps right now, so it'll be interesting to see if we can get pole.
On board at the moment with Cheeky Otter. He looks to be the next of the runners to cross the line. And in fact,
I think Elmo is ahead of him.
Yeah. Hickey Cat moves up to second, 1:32. Cheeky Otter on board with him. Can he improve on that 1:32.3? 1:32.1 improves his time, but doesn't move forward in the pecking order.
Elmo also got P2.
Nice, 1:32.0 for him.
That's very close. That top 3, or top P2, P3.
Not much in it. That man sitting there in pole position on board the McLaren. Oates has taken pole position. for this round at the Americas. Now, we don't know what the weather is going to be. Are we going to have clear conditions, or could we get rain, please?
If we get rain, everyone would probably cry because, they're all complaining about how bad they are, let alone in the rain.
Oh, no. That would just absolutely ruin your day, wouldn't it?
I don't know, it wouldn't ruin mine.
What, from the commentary box?
From both. I wouldn't mind driving it and commentating.
Do you like racing in the wet?
Yeah, I prefer it over anything.
Yeah, I'm the same. Once you get used to the car moving around, it's not too bad. Let's recap the qualifying results. Oaten's with pole position over Elmo on the front row. Cheeky Otter and Hickey Cat on the next row. Then Drix, Toblerone, V-Dux and Rico. That'll be a great battle down to turn one. Sinker and Mason, Valhalla, DJ Millsy and the Viking round out the 13. Now, it's time to go racing. We're going to get the answer to our weather on whether the weather is going to play part of this race.
Let's hope.
I'm just looking at the clouds in the background on our screen at the moment, thinking, just darken up.
Please.
We're horrible people, LCN. We are horrible people.
It's a bit too bright today. I don't think we'll see any rain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's many clouds. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, everybody. Don't forget, if you'd like to be part of the Global Racing Series, go and take a look at Global Racing League on Facebook. Just got a Discord up and running now too as well, and plenty of big and wonderful things on the not too distant horizon. Would love to see you in chat and see you out on the racetrack too. Thanks of course to our sponsors, Shutter Media Stock and of course Sully Shirts, who do supply a great deal of support to this series. We really appreciate it. Okay, we are set to go racing. 5 lights waiting for it. Lights go out. Away we go.
Oh, at the back three cars seem to have collided with each other.
Oh no, that can't be good. Let's go back and see what we can see. Oh, Sinker's gone straight into the wall as well.
Oh, we have another Red Bull spinner at the back as well. Seems to be Toblerone.
Toblerone, let's go back and check him out. Yep, no front wing for him. He's lost his nose cone. Out in front, Oaten's leads the way. Safety car, virtual safety car out. Elmo in second, Cheeky Otter, Hickey Cat, Drix up into 5th. Let's just have a look at the positional changes here and get an idea of who's made the runs forward. I'll keep it at interval. And positional changes. Mason up 3. DJ Millsy up 3. Toblerone unfortunately down 5. And Sinker, of course, will play no further part.
It's got to be very sad for him. You were just mentioning about how he has bad luck, and there we go.
Yeah, commentators curse, they call it, don't they?
Yeah. Now, the predicted pit stop strategy for the mediums is medium soft softs around 10 to 16 laps for the first pit, when the pit lane opens. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. The virtual safety car has been withdrawn, and we are back to race conditions, and Hickey Cat looking very racy on Cheeky Otter at the moment. He's got Drix breathing down his throat as well, so not much between those three. And that is the battle for third on track. V-Dux, as you predicted, LCN. See, this is why I like you, dude. You predicted he would be leading the way on the medium charge. You've got V-Dux, Mason and Rico, all on mediums. Those guys are nose to tail, and at the moment, they are hanging on to Drix.
It's very interesting to see they're able to keep up on those mediums. That shows that the difference isn't too much.
Yeah, and the softs do go off pretty quickly here. It's a hard place on tyres, I found anyway. Maybe I'm just a bad driver. Viking
I don't think that.
Viking elected to go out on the mediums too. He's back there in 12th spot.
Goes on the softs with his pit. I think that was due to wing damage.
Valhalla has pitted and he's gone hards. That's going to be a long, long day for the two down in pit lane. Toblerone goes the softs. He wants to make up ground. Valhalla, well, he's got plenty of work to do. In just a few moments though, you know what's going to happen? DRS will be activated.
You might see a bit of a train going on there.
Oh, we're going to see some action. There's no doubt about it. 2 laps down, 26 to go. Plenty at stake.
Otens is not doing too bad right now after his little spin in qualifying. He's doing really well to maintain his lead.
As the predictor pit stop strategy graphic comes up on screen, looks really good. Absolutely useless for telling you anything about the race, but looks very, very good. And Hickey Cat just running a little bit wide in that final group of turns. He'll get a warning for that. Otens goes quickest. He's on a charge. 0.7 of a gap out in front over Elmo. Clocks up a 1:37. He's trying to stretch that gap before they get to the DRS zone. Can he do it? Or is he going to fall foul?
He's doing really well so far. Hopefully he can keep it up.
Elmo is closing the gap though. He's brought it down by 1/10 down through the twisty section. Let's keep an eye on those two, because they're going to be the first two challenging each other, you would think.
Especially with DRS.
Yep, now it's back out to 0.7, but not good enough for Otens to break that DRS. And you know, Elmo, all he'd want to be doing is just hanging there. 0.83. But we will have DRS as you see the rear wing open on Elmo's car as he tries to hunt down Otens and is able to close the gap down to half a second coming down into the braking area. Now behind those two, yeah, Hickey Cat and Cheeky Otter. Did they swap positions? They did they? Didn't
yeah, they did, and same with Vidux and Drix.
Vidux and Drix back there in 5th as well. And that's great for Vidux. Now he's got that soft compound driver behind him and gives him a bit of breathing space over Mason. So, you know, he's going to be squirting that ERS like no tomorrow, spamming it like it doesn't count to try and get away from Drix. And hopefully for his sake anyway. Oh, Drix runs a little bit wide. That's going to cost him. That'll give Mason a run.
Doesn't seem to do too much though, as Drix seems to be pulling away.
You know, he did have the DRS, so he had that on his side. And Mason's going to have to follow him down to the next DRS zone. And Rico back there in 8th, starting to close up on Mason as well. Then there's a decent gap back to DJ Millsy, Toblerone and the Viking back there, 37 seconds behind the rest. He stopped and got a fresh set of softs. Back up with our race leader, Otens. Into the DRS zone again. Elmo. Oh, just hanging on. It was 0.9 of a second there. So Otens is pushing, but the DRS helping, of course. And we go back to Hickey Cat. Holds out Cheeky Otter. And Vidux still has Drix on his tail at the moment. Unable to shake him, but you'd expect that with the soft tyres. They should start to drop off anytime soon, you would think.
Yeah, Vidux is doing very well keeping Drix behind, especially since he's not within DRS range. That Vidux, that is. Yeah. So he's just purely defending him off and hoping that he can, you know, keep a P5 position.
Now the race is well and truly up and underway. I'm going to bring up the data, the telemetry, so we can see who is pumping their juice at the moment. Vidux has 46%, gave it a little bit of a tweak. Drix at the moment down to 37.
Unable to do anything with the DRS there, so it looks like Vidux is doing very, very well to keep Drix behind on the softs.
And you never know too, Drix might just be saying, well, you know what, I'll see how long I can make these soft tyres go, because that'll come into my favour. If I can sit behind Vidux, let him do the work and just use his DRS for speed, then maybe I'll be able to get an advantage here. But at the moment he's got Mason breathing down his throat in DRS range this time around. Ooh, has a look up the inside. They go side by side through turn 1. There was contact there, I think. Mason moves forward. Drix loses 2 spots. Rico there picks up another one, and he's in DRS range as well of Mason. Will he have a launch? Looks to the inside as they go down into the hairpin. And can he pull it off? Ooh, does it? Oh, does it? Mason back into 6th spot. He was rounded up by Rico, who absolutely nailed that. That was what I was talking about, that final lap scenario. third in that train always has a huge advantage.
Yeah, we see Hickey Cat also have a bit of a moment that smashed his wing into the wall and spinning while that was all going on, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're right. Jump in if ever you want. Bulldog has just let us know that Sinker's told us that unfortunately his game froze at the start of the race, and that's why he ended up ploughing into the wall. Sorry to hear that, Sinker. I know what that feels like. There's nothing more frustrating. You put in the training, you put in the work, you put in the time, the effort, you come along to go racing, and all of a sudden the game screws you. It's shocking. It's just deflating.
I guess that's almost like real life even, you know, when the drivers do all that and then their engine or whatever breaks.
Well, you remember that time at Singapore, we had the sprint race and we had a feature race, and they restarted the sprint race for me, and I still couldn't get the car off the line. And then in the feature race, I couldn't get off the line because of a wheel issue, right? Now, I walked away absolutely disgusted, and and not with anybody, just the situation. And then I thought exactly that to myself. Well, isn't this just art imitating life? You've got to roll with those punches. I didn't roll with it very well.
Yeah, it always sucks. Like, even when you say that, it always sucks, in the moment, but it really is like real life.
I tell you what, Mason is taking the overtaking manoeuvre by Rico quite personally at the moment. He's all over the back of him. The gap's at half a second, but you can see by the way he's positioning his car, he's keeping him very honest and letting him know he's there. Using a lot of the track as well.
Well, no one's got track limits yet, considering we've seen a few people go wide, which is always good to see. Also see, I believe it was Hickey Cat pit for the fresh mediums after his wing decided to leave him.
Yeah. That's not a... What do we get? What do we got? Oh, 20 odd laps to the checkered flag. That's going to be tough on mediums. You'd have to think that potentially, unless he really nurses them, that he's going to have to make another pit stop.
Yeah, well, it did look like a two-stop for most of the strategies, unless you went on the hard. So I don't think you'll be able to make it to the end, but you never know.
And you can't rely on a safety car here either, can you?
No, because lately the safety cars haven't been coming out, so...
I like
you're
that.
Just gonna hope for the best.
I like that. I want to race.
Yeah.
I don't want to do...
It just sucks when you're in his position.
5 or 6 sprint races. I want to race. Give me strategies. I love it. Well, I tell you what, Elmo's doing a pretty good job sticking with Odins up front, not letting him get away. Cheeky Otter's broken the DRS range to V-Ducks, but V-Ducks you'd think will close that down now that they've got 7 laps on those soft tyres. But at the moment, it just looks like Cheeky Otter. Wonder is he pushing for an in-lap at the moment? Wonder is he going to go early? It worked for Jano Opmeer. Oh, he runs very wide.
Yeah, I think they're pushing a bit hard considering the tyres are starting to drop off a bit. I'm not used to it.
There'd be a definite warning there. He's on the juice.
They'd have to be coming in anytime soon.
Around lap 9, generally, in league racing, I found anyway from the races I've watched, they start making pit stops. But those that have got really good tyre wear might try and stretch to about lap 10, lap 11 to give themselves a slightly fresher mediums for the home run. And those 3 laps can be all the difference in the closing stages of the race.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any league races from here, so I'm just talking by guessing, I guess.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, V-Ducks under a bit of pressure at the moment. He's got Rico knocking on the door and has got DRS on him. And fortunately for V-Ducks, he will get Cheeky Otter's DRS, and he's going to have a go too. Looks to the inside. Rico's following him through. Goes across, picks up the racing line. Rico, thinks about it and backs out just at the last moment. Great driving by V-Ducks. He gave him plenty of room there in case Rico did have a brake lock-up. But you could see he was thinking about it, but just a little bit too tentative.
Rico's also going to have the DRS on the pit straight, so wonder if he'll be able to get past or make any moves there.
See, he's way more patient than me.
That's what you got to be. You just got to be patient and consistent.
I know, I hear you say it to me every week. And it is in the back of my mind. And then there's something really, really bad that happens. You know what that is, don't you?
Other people or maybe...
No, the red lights go out. And that's where my race strategy goes out the window.
We also got a safety car now, and Valhalla just got lapped by spinning as Rico almost goes into the back of Peters.
Okay, so it's Toblerone that's come astray somewhere. We'll go on board with the Viking, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up whereabouts on the track this is. Actually, I might skip forward and go to Toblerone. But Drix, yeah, he's gone into the wall. It looks like he's gone into the wall going into pit lane there.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw, but...
Let's have another look at it. I don't know if the car will still be there or if it's despawned. Viking's going into the pits.
Please give us a bit of view. He doesn't seem to be there.
No, he's despawned. But it looked like, and Hickey Cat's coming into the pits too. He's on 1 lap old, 2 lap old mediums, and he's going to change his strategy with the safety car.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen more people come in. I mean, I'm not sure if they got past the pitch yet, but they're all coming now.
Well, they may not have, because Drix was down in just inside the top 10, wasn't he? So,
yeah.
Bulldog, my dude, I know you're chatting with the boys in Discord. If you could find out what happened to Drixie, we would be much, much, much appreciative of that. So, safety car is going to box them all up. Now, let's see, do we get a flurry of pit stops? You'd have to think, right?
Yeah, Oten's gone in.
Oten's has gone in.
Yeah, they're all going in, which was
go.
smart. It's kind of stupid to leave it out.
So he will go to mediums. Elmo will go to mediums. V-Dux is in. V-Dux is in with 8 lap old mediums. That's interesting. What's he going to go to? I might learn something here.
Seems like they're putting the softs on.
Yeah. I got a little bit of lag on mine. That took forever to come up. So he's going softs. So now we're going to have Otens and Elmo on mediums, V-Dux and Rico in 3rd and 4th respectively on softs, then Cheeky Otter on mediums, Mason behind him on softs, then mediums all the way down to 11th spot where Valhalla is sticking with those hard tyres.
Well, I mean, he has no need to change it. He's been lapped, so he'll probably just get lapped even more if he does that, because he cannot pass under safety car, which is one thing I wish they would change in the new game, but I'm not sure if they will.
And it's shocking, you know, it's shocking. You get, if you're a lap car and you're, say, sitting between Otens and Elmo, you don't want to have any involvement in their race. You want to do the right thing, you know. But it's so darn hard because you've also got your race to think of as well. And I don't care if you're ghosting or not. I hate driving behind ghosting cars. The only thing they do is stop you from seeing your apexes and your braking markers.
Yeah, it always sucks when they're ghosted and they, you know, they don't let you pass. They just keep racing. It's just so annoying to try to go through them.
I found now that in a situation like this, you're not going to be able to get your lap back. But stay out for the first lap of the safety car. Then, I know you're throwing your race away, but you come into pit lane and do your tyre change on the second safety car lap, which then puts you at the rear of the field, which at least keeps you out of harm's way.
Just checking the chat now to see if anything's going on. Not much.
I hope you're enjoying the action. We've still got 18 laps left to go once this safety car pulls into pit lane. Of course, it will be a few laps now before DRS is reactivated, 3 laps. So V-Dux and Rico are going to try and make hay while the sun shines with regards to those soft, grippy tyres. And we've got
V-Dux.
Yeah, V-Dux going into the pits. So what's he going to do? Let's follow this one.
Maybe the mediums?
This?
Yep.
Oaten has
mediums.
turned, yeah, they got him standing by, and there's no nose cone or anything. Oh, that's a clever play. That's a clever play. He needed to get off the mediums and put on the alternate compound, because you've got to race with 2 compounds. So he did it under safety car, then went back in and then put the mediums back on, and he'll take those to the end of the race. This guy has just completed a masterstroke over Rico and Mason.
See, he's too big brain for me. I would have never guessed that. Even if you didn't tell me, I just still wouldn't know.
See, V-Ducks, I didn't have to purposely be nice to you.
Just making you by being really smart.
That's why these races are so good to watch, because you've got, you know, we all know how difficult it is to drive around this circuit and not step outside the track limitations and things like that. We know how hard it is to keep that concentration up for 28 laps. And at the same time, he's able to think ahead, work on strategies, and come up with a master stroke like that. He's sitting back there in 8th, but he has brand new mediums on and does not need to make another pit stop.
This just got very, very interesting, very, very fast.
Because with the safety car coming out, it potentially could have upset the apple cart for him with regards to the strategy he had planned. So it'll be interesting to see where he finishes up at the end of this one. Okay, safety car lights go out. Oatens leads the race over Elmo, Rico, Cheeky Otter, Mason, DJ Millsy up into 6. What a great steer from him. Toblerone, V-Ducks the Viking, Hickey Cat and Valhalla round out the 11. Trix and Sinker unable to complete this race due to collisions with Barry R. The safety car about to pull out into pit lane. Oatens has the control of the speed. Well, the game has the control of the speed, but Oatens soon will. See if he can get the jump on Elmo. Safety car making its way towards pit entry. The field start to slow down. Oatens now stands on it. Puts his foot on the gas, not a repeat of the other night. Gets the tail slapping around as he comes down across the start-finish line. Gives himself a good bit of breathing space over Elmo. Rico, and look, Cheeky Otter at the moment under attack. And I've got the worst camera angle for this. Mason has gone through into 4th and gets Cheeky Otter back there in 5th. Those softs working in his favour over the mediums at the moment.
Cheeky Otter also getting a track limits penalty on that restart, which is going to hurt his race a lot.
Oh, yeah. I think the guys have done well not to have more at this stage, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I honestly thought that like half the grid would by now, like especially since, as I said before, we've seen a lot of people go wide, but no penalties yet.
Rico has grip to burn at the moment, comes onto the back straight. He is on the rear wing of Elmo. Elmo goes defensive, so too does Oatens. Rico's sticking with it. Got good drive out of the corner, but doesn't have enough speed. Looks like Elmo's going defensive. Rico tries around the outside. They go side by side, and beautiful driving by both. Rico moves up into 2nd, but GG to Elmo there. Brilliant driving by him. Gave him enough racing room. Squeezed him to the outside, which he's entitled to do, but the two not making contact, and he knows that those soft tyres have got way more grip, and he's probably better just to sit in the slipstream.
Yeah, he's also about to have an attack on the race leader so far as well, who's been leading the entire race so far. And
clocks up Rico. Yeah, 1:34.723. Lightning. This is going to be interesting down through here. Talk us through it.
Right now he's on the back of the gearbox of Oatens.
Almost on the
has
rear
to lift
wheels.
off a bit just in case he makes some slight contact. And he's gonna, no, DRS is not open, but he will get the slipstream, which is also pretty effective around here.
So what would you do, LCN, if you were in his position at the moment? Would you overtake Oatens, who's got reasonable sort of pace on those medium tyres? Would you overtake him, or would you wait for DRS and save your softs?
Well, me personally, I'll just save my ERS and just sit behind him until maybe a few laps, but it's very hard, especially with the slipstream around here. You don't really want to be backing off too much because you've got Elmo right behind you.
Well, Rico is absolutely squeezing
Oh,
the
that is going
juice.
for it.
Gets the overtake. Oh, almost contact as Oates tries to put the pedal to the metal, but Rico covered the line and he had to back out of it, and he used a lot of VRS. It's recharged back to 40, but Oates has nearly 60 in the bank at the moment.
We also see DJ trying to go for a move on Cheeky Otter, and then Cheeky Otter taking back the position. They were going side by side through a few of those corners. I think they made some slight contact, but nothing too big.
As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, DJ Millsy's found an incredible amount of confidence throughout this season, and once again closes up behind Cheeky Otter, and he's got the Red Bull breathing down his throat as well. Great little dice. Toblerone goes defensive. V-Ducks having an attack at him. I hate when they go to those rear wing, those front wing shots.
I just watch on onboards, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I can't, my game won't let me do it. It keeps kicking me out of it for some reason. I got no idea. It's done it since the last update. I just thought it was an update bug. There's enough of those.
Just every time they try to fix something, they make something else worse.
Yeah, it reminds me of another simulation program, but let's not go there.
Look at these four. All three are very close. We've got P5, P6, and P7 all sort of going for it. As you said before, we got V-Ducks at the very back, gaining a lot of time out of both of them.
DJ Millsy having a look to the inside, doesn't get the overtaking maneuver done. When is that going to cost him? He's got V-Ducks breathing down his throat, 0.3 of a second behind. That's the problem, isn't it, LCN? You've got to make those overtaking maneuvers stick, because if you don't, the 5 guys that are sitting on your tail are going to absolutely punish you.
Yeah, it's one thing you ought to focus about is that even though you're fighting someone, there's always someone right behind you. So any mistake or any side-by-side action, they can just fly past you.
Keep a close eye on this battle. It looks like the strongest battle on track, and of course DJ Millsy does have DRS over Cheeky Otter, who's doing a great job, it has to be said, in holding out these charges. He's the only one in this group of 4 that does not get DRS assistance, and I dare say he's working those medium tyres pretty well, and he's being very good with DRS. Still 65% left in the tank. DJ Millsy with a bit of a mistake there. Comes under pressure now from V-Ducks.
Now, you mentioned before about when there's a third person in the DRS train, but what about a fourth?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, Toblerone just kind of sends it. Never mind.
Then they sort of tend to not move too much. Then it becomes literally a DRS train where nobody can do anything, I found anyway.
So with Toblerone crashing out, we've got another safety car.
Yep, down in turn 1, it is sitting there waiting for the crew. Now let's see what they do. Where is our race leader? Making his way through the final group of turns. Rico, will he pit for mediums?
Well, it's kind of now or never, because I don't think we'll see another safety car, and he has to hit again, doesn't he?
Well, you wouldn't think those softs would go to the end of the race, would you? So, I don't know. Depends what sort of tyre wear he gets, how confident he is. We'll know in a sec. What does he do? Dives to pit lane. Yeah. Air on the side of caution, as they say. What about Mason? Mason comes in, and also Elmo into the pits. Drive-through penalty for Cheeky Otter. Speeding under safety car. Well, speeding in pit lane, is it? I didn't quite see it.
I don't think if it's pit lane, it's 5 seconds. But if you have, you know, negative or delta or whatever it is, positive, negative, same thing, then, you know, you get a drive-through penalty.
Drive-through.
We can't have that under safety car, so he's got to wait for the safety car to come in and then serve it.
Yeah, that is painful. I've been on the receiving end of those. Not a fan.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Basically, your race is done. But then again, by the same token, I know this is a game and not real world, but yellow flags and safety cars are out there to protect officials that come out onto the racetrack. And over the years, we've lost a few of them due to, you know, crashes and injuries of that nature. So, you know, the crime or the punishment does fit the crime, in my view anyway. Just not so much in a game.
Yeah, in this game it makes no sense because the car just despawns, but you know, there's the invisible marshals. You know, gotta protect them.
Well, this is going to be fascinating now. So Elmo out there on softs, he is going to go to the end on those. Hickey Cat, same. Cheeky Otter, well, he might, oh, he can't do a pit stop on the drive-through, can he? So he'll stay on those mediums. As a game of chess, a 300 kilometre an hour game of chess, this race is still on.
Yep, still got tons of laps to go as well. It's not like it's near the end. We're pretty much like, you know, in that final quarter, but still a long way to go.
Safety car continues on for another lap, waiting for Valhalla back there in 11th spot to make his way for 10th, I beg your pardon. There he is in the Red Bull.
Still getting some points at the end of the day, so
absolutely,
even though we lap down, you know, still gets that 1 point.
And that's what it's all about. It was a wise man who once said, you don't need to win all these races, you just need to be consistent. Do you know who that wise man was?
No, it doesn't ring any bells.
It was you.
Damn, I sound so smart when you like talk about me.
Well, it's true. That's what I actually took it on board. Not that it's actually paid dividends, but you know what I mean. At least I'm trying. At least I'm trying.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts. So we're going to have at least one more lap of the safety car. This time around, though, it should come in. The Viking, you were going to say he pitted.
Yep.
And grab those softs. Yep.
Seems to be taking it very slow, not trying to catch up with the safety car, just taking it pretty easy.
Yeah, that's a tactic I play too. If you travel slowly to catch up to the safety car, knowing that the safety car is not going to think about coming into sector 3, at which point you probably need to be there. If you hang off and give your what Viking's done is not waste his softs. He's driven very slowly, so he didn't push them. I tend to hang back and then go for a charge so that by the time I catch up to the safety car, my tyres are nice and warm and everyone else is cold.
Well, yeah, never really thought of it like that. I'm usually the one that's pushing.
Because you're usually out in front.
I mean, yeah, but still, you know, I don't really think about all that. I just sort of race.
I need every advantage I can get. So it's Oaten's over Cheeky Otter, V-Ducks, Rico, Mason, Elmo, DJ, Millsy in 7th, Hickey Cat, the Viking, and Valhalla. Safety car in this lap.
When it comes in, does that mean we'll have 10 laps to go?
That's right.
10 laps of pure racing. It's just a 5-lap race twice.
So what would you want to be on at this stage? The medium runners? You certainly wouldn't want to be Oaten's on 6-lap-old mediums compared to the softs.
And the fresh mediums as well, because they'll be way faster near the end.
But Oaten's does have the talent.
Oh, he's done really, really well. Probably the best I've ever seen him race. Like, as I said, I haven't been watching Schumacher, but yeah, he's doing really well.
Oh, Cheeky Otter's electing to pit now for that drive-through penalty. Green flag conditions. V-Ducks gets second, then Rico, Mason, Elmo, and Cheeky Otter is going to come out at the rear of the field. Bitterly disappointing, you'd have to think.
Oh no, I don't think Cheeky Otter served his drive-through.
He's pitted.
Yeah, I don't think he could do that, and he's changed the wing as well.
Maybe he had contact. Yeah, I thought you had to come across the start-finish line before you could serve it, but, you know, I've been wrong in the past, So his day going from bad to worse by the looks of things.
That really sucks for him. Well, maybe he needed that wing change.
So Elmo all over the back of Mason at the moment with those soft tyres up against the mediums. No DRS available just yet. It comes down to horsepower, grip and ERS, which he seems to have plenty of.
Mason seems to be pulling away a little bit.
And DJ Millsy involved in a battle as well as he battles with Hickey Cat. Looks to the inside but can't get the overtaking manoeuvre done. Geez, he's had a couple of goes at it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's not scared.
We've seen a lot of people go for it tonight.
Sort of focusing on the soft runners at the moment to see if they're going to skip past these medium guys before DRS opens, but the mediums are reasonably good over the first lap. It's about lap 3 where...
Oh, we see Elmo have a moment. He locks up on the corner and goes off with Hickey going past him.
He went way
DJ
off.
also pretty close behind him as well.
It was like he was going out to the pie stand to grab something to eat.
Maybe he was. He just got a bit hungry.
I think Mason may have just stepped over the touch line as well too, as he pushed hard through turn 1 to try and give himself a bit of breathing space over Hickey Cat. It's hard to know where to look in this series, isn't there? There's battles everywhere.
Yeah. Viking also gets the 3-second penalty for multiple track limit ones.
You don't see that very often from Viking, do you?
No. But I guess it just happens to the best of us.
Rico, problems rail race leader Odins, and he takes out V-Ducks. Those 2 or 3 of them are colliding.
Mason also gets taken out.
Rico, Odins and V-Ducks have all come to a screaming halt out there on track. Mason as well. Oh my Lord. Safety car out as you would expect. It looked like...
and Mason's got a puncture as well after spinning and losing it into the wall.
Oh, yeah, completely. Oh, straight ahead. He's gone straight ahead and into the wall.
And he DNF. Wait, he's driving with no tyre for me. What?
Yeah, he's got no tyre on for me as well, too. Well,
came back.
Just there. Just there.
Teleporters.
Now, he's got front wing damage as well, but he's not out of it. He's not out of it at all. Now, you might want to bring up my screen here because we're going to grab a replay of what transpired there. Hopefully, we've had enough to grab it. As the safety car comes out, we'll just make sure Mason does get back to the pit lane safely. And we'll have a look at a replay, and I think you'll find that Odins just did it on his own, bounced off the wall. Oh, Mason, hold it. He's retiring. Is he? No?
Yeah, he retired.
Damn. Okay, let's take a look at the replay and see what we can find. Nah, replay is not working again. It could be a bit finicky. The way I saw it, what did you see, LCN? I thought I saw Mason lose it on his own, bounce off the wall, and then everybody just collected him on the way through.
Yeah, so from I was watching Rico's point of view, I'm pretty sure. I just saw O10's sort of like lose it, hit the wall, and then they tried to move out the way, but he came back on track, and then it was like 10-pin bowling, and took them all out. And then Mason tried to dodge it, but he turned a little too hard and then lost it, and then got a puncture, and led to his DNF.
Wow. 8 laps left to go. I forgot to switch on the replay buffer, so my bad. I've only been broadcasting for 30 years. Give me a bit of time, I'll get it eventually. What a goose. What a
Practice
goose.
makes perfect.
Apparently not with me.
Maybe you need 31 years of practice.
You might be onto something there. You might be onto something. But look at this scenario. We said there might be only three cars left at the end, and lo and behold, we're not that far off that, which is a bit of a surprise for this category because they're very good steerers. Although 4 of them going out over an incident like that, that's just nothing short of hard luck.
I've seen a lot of safety cars tonight after I was talking about not many safety cars, so...
Well, I do remember that what the Vikings said that they were going to put Bert Mylander in the championship, so at the moment he leads the race. Might have to do a fuel stop.
Change maybe his tyres as well. He's probably on like 20 lap old tyres.
Get the Mercedes crew to whack some new rubber on.
That'd be a sight to see though.
And you've got to... I know this is in game, but in real world, and we'll just call it real world, right? Safety car drivers sit there in their race suits, with their helmet on, in the car, at pit exit, waiting for race control to tell them to come out onto the track. At a place like here at Austin, where it is incredibly hot. Now, some of them will sit there with the engine running and the air conditioning on, so I give you that. Still, an entire length of a Grand Prix, I say GG to those guys. That's not an easy job.
Yeah. How much do they get paid for that?
Volunteers on racetrack, my friend, volunteers. Although in Formula One, I do believe they get paid, but generally officials are volunteers. So every flag marshal that you see around a racetrack, he gets paid a lunch and a drink.
I'd still do it.
Oh, it's the best seat in the house, have no doubt. Mason, holy hell, that was funny. Mate, we feel so sorry for you, Mason, there in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Dude, we feel so sorry for you. That was just motorsport gods being totally unkind. You're on a great charge too. GG for your efforts up until Oaten's had an issue and bounced out across the track in front of you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars down. We're over 50%. Did I just see? I think DJ Millsy has just had an issue. Let me get a look at his car. I thought I saw some carbon fibre. Yes, he's missing an end plate. An end plate has come off his car. I saw an end plate flying through the air. I'm assuming that he gave the Viking a little bit of a rub, and he's going to have to pit now as a result of that.
There's the safety cars in this lap, and Valhalla and Elmo are the only ones that do not have any penalties. And was Valhalla the one that's a lap down? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So he went from 10th to 6th. So yeah, that just proves my point with all you need to do is just drive consistently and you'll get good points.
Let's take a look at the penalties. Hickey Cat with 3 seconds. The Viking with 3, DJ Millsy with 5, and he's got to go to the pits, and Cheeky Otter with 5 as well. Green flag racing conditions as we see DJ Millsy coming to the pits. Out in front, Hickey Cat leads the way, does have that penalty. Elmo driving a brilliant race. He's at second in the championship at the moment. His major adversary, Rico, is out. There's almost a Grand Prix victory between Elmo and Rico, and at the moment, this man needs to finish in P1 or at least not bend the car, because he can close the gap in the championship very, very quickly here. The Viking up into the top 3. Cheeky Otter on those mediums. Ooh, brother.
DJ on those fresh softs now, 30 seconds behind. He's still finishing in P5 though, so not bad race for him. He also served his 5-second penalty, so he has no penalties anymore. Elmo as well, all he really needs to do is just keep up with Hickey Cat to get the win because of that time penalty. So
yeah,
if he gets none and he just keeps driving, then he should be fine.
Yeah, then you know what the problem with that is. Then you get up behind him, you're sitting in his DRS train, you're cruising along, you're saving your tyres, you've got a ton of DRS, there's 2 laps left to go, and then there's that, I want to win on track, I want to win on track. And you try and push that voice out of your head. You try and push it to one side and say, no, just sit here. Claim the victory, you don't need to overtake. Go, overtake. It's just relentless in the back of your head. Hickey Cat, 1:34.51, fastest lap of the race.
That's pretty impressive. He does have 6 lap hold softs, but then again the fuel will be pretty low at this point, so...
I wonder if Cheeky Otter actually got the upper hand here, because Hickey Cat, I suppose a couple of those laps have been under safety car, haven't they too? So effectively they're 4 lap old soft tyres, but still they're going to be feeling it towards the end of this race, the last couple of laps. And Cheeky Otter is in the DRS range of the Viking.
Cheeky Otter given another 3-second time penalty now, so he's got 6 seconds in total. So even if he can get past Viking, then he needs to gain 3 seconds off Viking.
Wow. That makes it hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when the tyre difference isn't that much and there's only like a few laps to go.
So we'll see what Elmo's going to do. This time around, DRS will be enabled by the race stewards.
I wonder if he will try to go for it.
I'll lay money on it. I mean, the beautiful thing about the racing and global racing, and worth mentioning if anybody out there is thinking of wanting to come along and join the fun, do look us up on Facebook, Global Racing League, and pop in, say hello to the Viking and see if there are any seats available. I think they're filling up pretty quickly at the moment for next season too. But the point being is that I've forgotten my point. Old age, it's dementia.
As you're talking about that, I just keep thinking about Crofty saying about the red button on the remote. I don't know why.
If you've missed any of the highlights and you're a Sky Active customer, push the red button. You can watch the highlights in the left-hand corner while you watch the race live. We don't have that, but anyway.
Just imagine pressing the red button.
Yeah, I just sort of feel that Hickey Cat will have a go here. I remember the point I was going to make. The great thing about racing and global racing is that if somebody does crash into the side of you, it's because of a genuine mistake. It's not because they did a stupid move or they were being uncaring or they just thought, oh, stuff you, I'm going to take you out. It's a genuine mistake. So 9 times out of 10, even more so 9 times out of 10, you can race wheel to wheel and know that the driver on the other side is going to give you racing room. So from Elmo's perspective, he knows that Hickey Cat's got a lot of experience, has got a lot of pace and knows how to drive the car. So if you're going to launch up the inside, people of his caliber, it's okay to do it too, as long as you're confident that you're not going to make a mistake. You're pretty confident that they're not going to.
And as you say that, Elmo seems to be dropping off a bit of the pace there. As he goes a bit wide there, he loses even more time. Gap's 1.3 seconds almost.
Yeah, it's a good observation. I noticed the last time they came around into the DRS zone, he was only just in it. He's squirting his ERS at the moment to try and close that gap. Hickey Cat pushing hard. He's still got 43% ERS, so he's being very economical. Has got a good race setup on that car that is working very kindly, but how aggressive is it going to be on the tyres? Look back in 4th though. There's going to be a challenge for 3rd, even though there's time penalties up for grabs.
It's still good to see battle on track, even if penalties are coming to play.
Well, DJ Millsy, as courtesy of that front wing damage, is now nearly 30 seconds off 4th spot, so his day is done. Valhalla, oh yeah, you've got your heart bleeds for the guy, doesn't you? Know how tough this is. He's just making his way out of turn 3 at the moment, and you know that you've got to get healthy points here if you finish in 6th. It's worth driving. Part of you wants to retire because there's just nothing other than lap after lap after lap that you're looking at. And you're looking at the time and clicking down thinking, come on, have this race over. But he's doing an awesome job and staying very focused. And no penalties.
Yeah, he's been doing really well, because personally I don't think how I would cope being I think he was 2 laps down at one point. But he was in 10th and he kept going, and now he's in P6, so he went all the way from P10 to P6.
3 seconds V-Ducks. He wanted to know in chat how many seconds penalty is it for... I suppose we could just stay on the penalties now, couldn't we really? Because we know what their tyre strategies are. There's one guy on mediums, and that's the man on screen at the moment. Everyone else has gone out on the soft compound that is in the main battle anyway. Of course, we do have Valhalla on those hards. They would be some hard laps about now, wouldn't they, on those hards?
Yeah, he's done very, very well being on them. But must admit.
So up front, Hickey Cat has got a 1.6 second gap over Elmo, sitting at 1.8 now. He's just streaking away. I wonder. Oh, Elmo is down at 10% on ERS. Now the Vikings got 24, and he's got the cheeky otter about to splash water in his face. DRS is open. Doesn't have a great deal of ERS to play with here, so that's going to work in Vikings' favour. He's able to close the gap a little bit, but not get close enough to launch an attack. 2.2 seconds. Elmo drops off the tail of Hickey Cat. I wonder his tyres, are they toast? Let's see if the Viking's closing the gap. 3.6, 3.5. It was 3.4 just a second ago. So I'm trying to work out if Elmo has slowed down or Hickey Cat's just got faster.
Well, it seems like Elmo is having some little moments there, but if you can get 5/10 on him, then he'll win the race. So it's just got very interesting because all he needs is 5/10 in 2 laps.
VDuck says in chat, a couple of interesting penalties with 3 laps remaining. Yeah, absolutely. It's opened this wide up. Oh, by the way, VDucks, we did speak very nicely about you during the race. Suck, suck, suck. DJ Millsy, a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Track violation limits. I can just picture VDucks typing in chat now. Yeah.
You meant to talk nicely about him.
No, I am talking nicely about him. I am. No, he is a good bloke.
Elmo just went off track again.
Oh.
Just too deep off the 2/10. So he keeps making these mistakes.
Do you reckon he's just overheated his tyres and that's causing the issue for him? Cheeky Otter very close. Sorry, LCN. Cheeky Otter got very close that time.
4/10. Yeah, but anyway, we're about to see it go to 3 seconds. But they're at 10-lap-old softs, which we didn't see anyone before that doing. They were struggling on less used tyres. But at the moment, it's looking like Elmo won't get the win because he is having a lot of mistakes right now.
Yeah. Still, the Viking not able to close that gap. So, yeah, I'm just wondering if Cheeky Otter can get past, even though he's got those 6-second penalties, can he still pick up Elmo on track? Well, with 1 lap to go, probably not, but you have to get the feeling that he's going to give it one hell of a go. What has he got? 19% ERS place, 13% for Viking. These boys have been chewing it. I have been chewing it. And why not? It's there to use. The Viking a penalty.
Oh.
It's all on. 6 seconds apiece. So this is a battle for third on track. There you go, V-Ducks. Equilibrium has come into play.
Now, Cheeky Otter did have a little bit of a tiny mistake through that S, so he did lose a bit of time, but he is very, very close to Viking now.
Well, he's squirting the ERS, as too is the Viking. Can he get an overtaking manoeuvre done? This is his last chance. DRS open. Viking looking a little bit defensive. He wants to go
around the outside.
Wants to go around the outside. Can't get it done. Can he get a switchback? Call it, baby. Call it.
This side by side. Oh. Pushes off track.
I don't know. I just thought Cheeky ought to run wide there. They're still side by side. He gets the move done. Up into 3rd spot. Oh, that was brilliant.
Can do anything anymore? Doesn't seem like it.
You know he's going to try.
Yeah, I mean, gap's getting a tiny bit big. I don't think there's anything you can do at this point.
Well,
the Hickey Cat gets the win of the race.
He takes the victory. Elmo in second, does not pick up any penalties at all. Then Cheeky Otter, the Viking. Then we go all the way back to DJ Millsy. Look, he's finished back there with 31 seconds down and just about to lap Valhalla, but still an impressive drive at this track to be able to stay out there and complete. I don't think is anything to be scoffed at, and to pick up all the points for 5th position. Well, he wouldn't be denying himself that either. And the same for Valhalla. I mean, he's done it tough. He had those hard tyres on for so long.
BJ has a spin.
He's got time to recover, fortunately. Comes down across the start finish.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Does he get across the line? Is he declared a finisher?
Oh no.
Middle says big points for Alpha. Oh no, look how he's fallen short. He's fallen short. Can you believe this? Oh no, dude. No. Just got on the gas and those tyres were obviously cooked. Let's have a look. Let's recap the results. Hickey Cat takes the victory over Elmo, Cheeky Otter, the Viking, DJ Millsy, Valhalla, Mason, Rico, Otens, V-Ducks, Toblerone, Drix, sinker. Wow. I think DJ Millsy has been declared a finisher. We'll have to wait and see what the stewards have to say about that. But yeah, disappointing. Oh, LCN, I got to say, I think that turned out to be a more exciting race than I was expecting for tonight.
Yeah, me too. Especially when everyone was complaining about how bad it was going to be. I didn't think we'd see any, too many moves. I thought someone would just dominate the race, but that didn't happen.
Well, congratulations to all the drivers that finished. That was really a big effort. Nelson, thank you very much. I know you've had a long day. Stewards will most likely rule DNF, unfortunately, for DJ. Thank you, B-Ducks. We appreciate that. So, unfortunately, he is going to be a DNF. So, Valhalla will then finish in 5th and pick up those points. Valhalla's been listening the whole time. Dude, I feel sorry for you, mate. That must have been the longest race of your career so far. But GG to you, my friend. That was really good. And LCN, thank you very much. I know you've had a really long day and you've been very tired, but thanks for coming and joining in commentary and helping us out here tonight. A top job.
Well, as I said at the start, thank you for having me, and that was very fun.
And don't forget, on Sunday night, no racing because we've got the Monaco Grand Prix on. You know, I won't be bothered to watch that. I'll watch qualifying. That's the race as far as I'm concerned. But we will be back Monday night with the World Series. And, of course, next Thursday night, the Smoke Machine will be back in commentary. And we look forward to him. We didn't get to see the podium. I wanted to see the podium because I have it on good information. In fact, I'll tell you, the Smoke Machine LCN did tell me that this weekend for Rico's team, for the McLaren Mercedes team, it was going to be the number one toenail cutter that was accepting the Constructors' Trophy this week.
Wait, what are we talking about?
On the podium. Every time there's a podium, the Smoke Machine has got a special insight into who was on the podium. And I was told it was the cheap toenail cutter for Mercedes drivers that was going to be accepting it today. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see him, so I've obviously pushed a wrong button. Hey, dude, thank you very much for your time. To all the drivers, congratulations. To everybody watching in chat, thank you very much. We'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Have a good one. Bye for now. Okay, buddy, we're clear. Go for it, buddy. Go for it. I'll still be here.